Hi there guys, Tom Quayle here. Hope everybody's doing really well out there as ever. Today I'm back again checking out another pedal, and this today is another wonderful small mini overdrive or distortion pedal from the brilliant guys at WAMPLER. Brian's been asked for years now to produce a Rat style pedal. It's obviously a classic sound, and he's done so now with this, the RATSBANE, and this is Brian's take on that original design, but of course it's Brian, so he's got to go the extra step, and he's included some really cool and totally unique features for this circuit that make it really fantastic, I have to say, guys. Now obviously, full disclosure, I am a WAMPLER signature artist with my own pedal out, so this is not intended as a unbiased review, as it were, or a review generally. This is a demo of this pedal. I want to show you what it sounds like. If you like the sound of it, fantastic, go out and buy it, but don't take this as kind of, you know, a review of the pedal, as I say. It's purely a product demo. All right, guys, so with that said, let's grab a guitar and check out this fantastic new product from Brian WAMPLER. So in typical Brian WAMPLER style, what you've got here is a mini pedal, so mini form factor, but with a ton of different features in. This is a really versatile pedal. So like the original Rat that this is based on, you've got three controls as the main kind of dials on here. So you've got volume control, distortion, and filter. Now, if you've never used a Rat, the filter essentially is the classic control on the Rat. So it's going to take out those high-end frequencies as you roll it to the right, basically, to smooth things out. It gives you a very versatile sound palette to play with. But as with all of Brian's kind of mini pedals, and just generally across the board when he's emulating a prior circuit, he has to improve it. So you've got two trick switches on here as well. Now this pedal has quite a bit more gain than the original anyway, because of the choice of pot that they've used for the distortion control here. It's got 150k resistor pot in here as opposed to 100, so just generally it's got more distortion. However, the switch on the left-hand side, as you're looking at the pedal here, this gain switch is going to change the gain structure of the pedal to give you, in the middle, the original amount of distortion that the Rat pedal has. Then if you switch it over to the left, you're getting more distortion. Then if you switch it over to the right, you're getting more distortion, if you like, so the maximum amount of distortion. There is an insane amount of gain available on this pedal if you want it. So that's a really nice addition here for the guys who want the really high gain sounds. Now, the voicing switch that's on the right-hand side of the pedal here is really useful, because if you've ever used a Rat before, if you've ever owned one, you'll know that this kind of distortion that you get from the Rat, as you increase the gain, you get into sort of fuzz territory. And it's a really awesome fuzz because it's super smooth, sustains for days, and sings really nicely. However, you might want something more modern. So what Brian's done with the voicing switch is when you switch it over to the right, it's going to give you a different kind of clipping and compression, slightly tightens up the low end as well to give you a more modern kind of distortion that's not in so much of that fuzz territory. So that's a really nice addition. As you'd expect, generally across the board, you've got a really nice latching switch on here. You've got true bypass operation, you know, your 9 to 18 volt DC input and stuff like that. You know, it's a really well-made pedal. Great graphics as well. I think these are, you know, it's really cool. It looks really nice, and the knobs are all high quality as well. So without further ado, let's check it out. Let's start with my clean tone. Two things to mention here. I like to run a Rat style pedal through a slightly hairy kind of sound already, not distorted, maybe slightly overdriven on the bridge pickup, but clean on the neck. The second thing is, for you guys who like your pedal demos to be as dry as the Sahara Desert, this is probably not the video for you. I've got a little bit of reverb and delay on. So trigger warning, hashtag trigger warning. There's a little bit of kind of wetness going on here, so just so you know. Okay, so there's my clean tone. Basically, I'm using my Ibanez TQM1 into the Axe FX 3, and I'm running a modded Marshall sound, but on a sort of clean sound, but with the master volume cranked. So on my neck pickup, but then the bridge pickup, so that gives you an idea where we're starting. Okay, so just to start with, the gain control is going to be in the middle, and then the voicing control is over to the left here, the left as you look at the shot. And that means that we're in the standard kind of Rat mode. You can see where the controls are set, filter halfway up, and then gain halfway up. Let's see what it sounds like. I love this sound. masses of gain straight away. Just, you know, we're not even just over halfway up on the gain control. Let me show you, before we do anything else, how this gain control works, the little switch. So I'm going to back the gain off, and you can hear it really clearly at that point. So that's the middle position. I'm going to play a chord and then basically switch between those. So what's really cool about this, you can see where the gain control is here, or the distortion control I should say. Masses of gain available if you want it. Tons and tons and tons. Let's stick with the rat mode a second and let's max this out, and you can hear this kind of fuzz vibe that we've got going on. A little bit noisy, but that's because it's got so much gain in there. So if it's a little bit noisier than the original rat pedal, that's why. If you back it off a little bit, you can hear the extra range of gain is just bringing in a little bit more noise, but you'll never hear that on stage, and actually it's really, really quiet in the room. And I've got my monitors cranked quite heavily. So now, again, not touching anything, we're in the rat mode with the, as in the original mode, with the voicing switch over to the left, maximum gain. That is insane amounts of fun to play through. Really, really, really amazing. You can hear it's got that fuzzy kind of nature to it, which is what is associated classically with a rat if you use it to create all of your gain. Now, let me bring this back up again. I'm going to switch that voicing switch over. So here's the original. So, I have to do this kind of carefully. Here's the more modern sound. Back to the kind of fuzzier vibe. You can really hear it in the low end there, how it's kind of much fluffier and kind of woollier in a really good way. So really, really useful switch for kind of modernizing this sound, and that's totally unique to this kind of circuit design. I don't believe that's been done anywhere else. Brian certainly is of that opinion, so that's really, really cool. Switch back to the original mode. Let's show you the filter. Now this is kind of subtle when we're running through a slightly darker sound like this, but you can really use this to get really smooth sounds. So as we bring this up, you can actually hear what it's doing just by listening to the noise there. So we're bringing in all the high frequencies. It's dialed over to the left. This is adding in the filter. That's the way to think about it. So here it is. Let's bring the gain back a little bit, halfway, filter off. Bring it halfway up. Masses and masses of potential there. Let's just combine that now. I have to figure out which hand to do this with the voicing switch, and we'll crank all the gain at that halfway point with the filter all the way up. So it's an absolute win from Brian again for me. I think it looks great. It's not going to take up a lot of space on your pedal board. It's much more versatile than the original, and it's got bags and bags of gain on board, which is really, really cool. So as usual, guys, if you click the link in the description below, that will take you across to the WAMPLER website. You can check out all the details. These are, of course, going to be available from any WAMPLER dealer, you know, that you've bought your WAMPLER pedals before, or direct, of course, from the guys there too. So, hope you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, make sure you hit the like and subscribe buttons below. And of course, as everybody says, the big YouTube cliche, make sure you hit the bell notification icon as well to make sure you never miss any more content. Thanks for all the support, guys. Thanks for WAMPLER for letting me check this out. My name's Tom Quayle, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.